Let's go. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Previously with the Morning Q Crew.
Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. We're streaming live at Q93FM.com inside the free Q93 app and through your smart speaker. That way you can take us with you anywhere and everywhere you go. You know, they say all influencers are chasing after a viral lottery ticket, Nancy, and the latest way to do it is, well, creating jingles for soda companies. Last week, Dr. Pepper used a woman's Dr. Pepper theme song in a new ad campaign.
I heard it. And
Did you?
It's really catchy. She did a good job with that.
She seemed to craft it off the cuff.
Yeah.
Playfully singing Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice, do, do, do. Rumor has it that woman scored $2 million for her several seconds of fame. So now everyone is trying to do the same thing. Someone secretly recorded their dad as he riffed a jingle for Coca-Cola, singing, "It ain't soda, it's if it ain't Coca-Cola," or something like that. Go ahead, Dad. Someone else tackled Mountain Dew, belting out, "Mountain Dew, it's for you." Some guy did a couple of takes for Orange Crush, and 3 people teamed up to do an elaborate jingle for Sprite. What say you on this, Nancy?
Hey, I'm really glad that girl got it when she did, because that was like lightning in a bottle. And I'm glad they were paying attention, because it wasn't just them. There were other companies like reaching out to her like, hey, I think Wendy's might have been one of them, like, hey, call us at Wendy's. You know, because they were all, other companies were just really into it. And then finally, Dr. Pepper was like, hey, we think you have something there. And sure enough, they took it seriously. They contacted her. So good for her. But all these other people, y'all are trying too hard. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Try, because you don't know unless you try. So you could wind up with that little lightning in a bottle. You might get the right people paying attention to you.
And if you're these soda companies, you're looking for ads ideas, right? For advertising. It kind of checks the box as well. If you can find someone on social media who came up with a jingle, people already have heard that jingle. It kind of maybe went a little viral because they were singing that song. You can use it in your ad. So it kind of works for everybody.
Except for the advertising agencies, you know, that you used to
kick them
hire
up.
to, so now they're losing out on dang, you mean a random person did what we couldn't do? Like, y'all paying us thousands of dollars to come up with a jingle and somebody just did it and y'all hiring them?
Well, we talked about it on the show a few months ago. Domino's just got a new jingle. It's Domino's.
Yeah.
And they got Shabuzi to do that one.
Right.
So, you know, they're reaching out to artists, too, to do it.
That's true.
I'm going to start... When we riff and do crazy songs and stuff, we got to start recording this.
Start recording.
Because I'm very creative.
Are you?
So I think. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
Josh, you and I are some Stranger Things fans. We love the show. We watched it. We finished the entire series.
It was 84 years, but we got through it.
We got through it. Then people streamed 40 billion minutes of Stranger Things. We were a part of that, but that was only good for 3rd place in 2025 of the most streamed TV shows, okay? So if you have young kids, you can probably guess who came in first. It was Bluey.
That has blown up a lot. I hear a lot about Bluey, and I don't even watch it.
I only heard of Bluey like a few months ago, I guess because I don't have kids, but that had more than 45 billion minutes of streaming.
I think Disney owns it. They're about to bring him to the theme parks, Bluey.
Came in second. You know what came in second? Grey's Anatomy with 41 billion.
That show has been around a while.
It has. I mean, isn't this like the second, this is the resurgence of it. So it's like
Has
the
it
second.
been?
I don't know. But see, I remember when the original Grey's was out, I wasn't really into Grey's Anatomy. But I remember when it came out, and it was so popular back then.
It's still going strong. It must have good ratings still.
It does. I mean, it was a great show. I mean, everybody who watched it loved it, but it just wasn't one that I was particularly into, though.
It must be on 30 seasons now.
Gosh, that's a big one. Rounding out the top 5, NCIS with 37 billion minutes.
That's another show that's been around a
Oh,
long
I
time.
know. SpongeBob SquarePants, 34.4 billion.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
As for movies, K-pop Demon Hunters, the runaway favorite. People watched more than 20.5 billion minutes of it. Nielsen split movies into 2 categories, kids and general interest. K-pop Demon Hunters is #1 on the kids list, followed by Moana 2 with 9.4 billion minutes and Despicable Me 4 with 8.7 billion. As for general interest, Happy Gilmore 2 tops the list with with about 7 billion minutes. Wicked followed with 6.8 billion, and the Jamie Foxx Cameron Diaz spy comedy Back in Action came in 3rd with 6 billion.
Interesting.
You know what I finally watched, Josh,
What?
that I finished last night? Sinners.
Oh, was it good?
It was insanely good, and now I see why it's up for so many awards. It's probably one of the most original horror movies I've seen in a long, long time.
What streaming service is it on?
It's on HBO or HBO Max or HBO Go, whatever you want to call it these days. They keep
Or
changing
Max.
their name, Max, whatever it is. But let me tell you, it doesn't feel like a horror movie until like well into maybe half an hour to 40
Turns
minutes
on
in,
you.
and then it finally gets there. But it's so good the way they put it together, and it's so different from any horror movie I've seen. Guys, I highly recommend Sinners. Great movie.
Let us know, what did you stream the most in 2025? It sounds like a lot of parents put on a streaming service and let the kids. It's a good babysitting platform. Bluey, SpongeBob, and all these shows. Let us know what you watched in 2025. K93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Snowed in people who still had internet access has been doing a lot of Googling the last few days, Nancy. Here's some of the things that are being Googled. Food for power outage. A lot of us stocked up before the big storm hit. Searches for non-perishable food also hit their highest level since COVID.
Yeah, there were a lot of empty shelves. I'd noticed whenever I went shopping the other day, there was some empty shelves.
I was told that. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and the lady had seen about me. She's like, man, that was crazy. She's like, all the toilet paper was gone. She's like, what is it about like storms and everybody freaks out and they take all the toilet paper?
That's what they do, Josh. That's what they do. I mean, it's like y'all better take care of your plumbing too. You're not gonna have water to use that toilet with the toilet paper.
I didn't even go grocery. Like I had enough stuff to last the
Yeah.
weekend. I was like, I don't need to go stock
I
up.
picked up a few little snacks or whatnot, but that's about it. Yeah.
Snow shovel. A lot of people needed one or a second one this week, especially up north. I wish we would have got snow instead of just ice, but some people up north are probably like, I wish I didn't get no snow.
No, I don't want anything. I'm the beautiful snow we had last year. That was the topper. That was the icing on the cake. It'll never get better than that.
Won't. That was
and I'm
beautiful.
good. I don't need anything else for the rest of my life. I don't want my pipes to break. So
I
after
heard
that, I'm
in
good.
Shreveport they're still having problems. They're still all froze up there, and I was told too there's some town they still don't have electricity. Nancy,
I need to ask my cousin because she's up there in Shreveport. She and her husband. Now, she did post a beautiful video of the snow falling in Shreveport, and it was really pretty. But I need to ask how they're doing up there.
how to test a car battery? Cold weather could kill them. Searches for emergency supplies for cars also doubled. I definitely made sure I warmed my truck up that first morning when I came back to work.
I keep forgetting to do that each morning.
It's
so
rough on your
I'm
car.
delayed a few minutes because I have to turn it on and wait for the frost to melt.
Yeah.
I try to wipe it off a little bit, but it's hard to do. And then you have to get water, warm it up, and then you have to pour it over the windshield, and that takes a while.
It does.
I get aggravated because I forget every morning.
Winter storm radar map was hitting an all-time high on Google. People in warmer areas were even tracking the storm. And ice melting salt. I actually went eat lunch in Alexandria
That's a
yesterday,
thing.
and they had some salt poured on the concrete right in front of their door so people wouldn't slip.
Yeah, for traction, but they have ice salt that can melt ice. I know they use it for traction, but I didn't know there's a specific.
I think so, yeah.
So it can melt ice.
A lot of stores sold out of it, though.
Okay.
So other trending searches over the past few days: airport closures, generators on sale near me. Fortunately, my electricity didn't go out. I was almost guaranteed it
mine
would
either.
because it goes out for every little thing. And I was like, for this, it's totally going out. But it didn't. I don't have a generator. So I was like, please
Yeah.
don't go out because then you got to worry about things in your fridge and your pipes busting.
Right. I never worried about my electricity going out for long growing up because we lived near the hospital. We were always on the hospital grid.
Oh,
So, yeah,
nice.
anytime the power went out on our grid, yeah, we got ours back within, the fastest one in town.
Nice. Kid 93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. It SZA by request. So this new museum just opened in Vancouver, British Columbia, called the Museum of Personal Failure. It's a pop-up now, not permanent. The person behind it is Avon Collins. They came up with the idea after a recent breakup. So a failed relationship, and put posters up around Vancouver with the headline, "Failures Wanted." So what's in the museum? Featured items include a dead plant,
I have some of those.
a divorced woman's wedding dress, failed art projects, an entire wall of rejected job applications, a producer's album that never went anywhere.
These are sad.
Each one has a write-up next to it that explains its backstory. One guy just wrote a long list of his biggest fails in life, and that made the cut. He told a reporter that having his list of failures accepted into the museum felt like a success in a weird way. Avon says the point is to see what constitutes failure to an individual and also what that looks like in material form, but also just a celebration of the fact that failure is okay.
Yeah.
Everyone fails. It's the only way you learn and grow, or in some people's situations, continue to fail.
You know what, Josh? I actually like this. I actually do like this. I think they're right. I think putting it out there, it lets you, because look, let me put it to you this way. What do we always see on social media? We see everybody's success reel, right? We see everybody's highlight reel. We never see when people fail. They don't want to put that out there.
Right.
So we always feel like we have to live up to other people's, highlights. We're trying to compare and live up to everybody else. And it makes us start to feel bad about ourselves. Like, why am I not at this level? Why am I always messing up? They're messing up as much as we are. They're failing as much, but they're just not advertising. You know what I mean?
And I guess putting it in the museum helps you to accept it, to be proud of it, and move on to learn and grow.
Right. And you know what? One of the biggest authors in history, Stephen King, it's a very well-known fact, he would always put his rejection letters up on the wall. Anytime he would send out a book to try to get published when he was just starting out, he put his rejection letters on the wall, and he would look at those every day, and it would motivate him to do better. So failure is not something to be ashamed of. It's a tool to help you grow. And I think this is a brilliant idea. I would definitely go check out the Museum of Failures. I'd put some of my own failures up there. I would have a lot of them to add to. I would have my own hall.
They wouldn't be able to accept all of them.
Now look,
they don't have enough room. It's a pop-up museum.
They'd open up another wing. It's okay. They can get a grant and
the Nancy K wing.
They can apply for a grant and open up another wing, knock down a wall to the building next door.
But you're right, because some of the most successful people in the world have failed.
That's the only way you learn.
Appears to be failure,
Yeah, you're never going to get anything right the first time unless you're extremely lucky, So,
Nancy, what would be some of the things in your museum of failures?
Gosh, it would have to go into categories, Josh. Okay, so the failures at romance, failures at careers, failures at just life in general, being an adult. It would have to be into different categories. Like, okay, this is the romance section, like a list of, boyfriends or attempted boyfriends or whatever. It would be, everything, Josh. But that's okay. That just means each category I'm trying to learn something, right? I'm trying to move on to the next level in life in each category. What about you?
Yeah, same thing. Relationships.
Yeah.
Adulting. Trying to speak on the radio.
Exactly. But that's how we got there. People usually tell us, y'all sound so good on the radio. And we say, what? It didn't always start out like that. I know I didn't start out like that. My dad taped me when I first started at 15 years old at our little radio station. Go back and listen to that now. I cringe. But you know what? I grew into,
Starting from the bottom now here. Some of our celebrity interviews, we have Tiffany coming on the show Friday.
Yeah.
I have some of my past interviews I've done here and other places on my YouTube channel. And I've gone back and listened to some of those earlier ones. And I cringe because I'm like, oh, listen to how green I sound.
Well, look, even I write books. So the first book I wrote compared to the third one that I wrote, my writing grew between those books, So you're not going to do everything right the first time. Embrace your failures, learn from them. And I think this is a brilliant idea for a museum.
What's in your museum of personal failure? We'd love to hear from you this morning. Q93 Alexandria at Morning Q Crew. Use the Q93 app or go to Q93FM.com. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
Josh, we both kind of grew up middle class, right?
Yeah.
I would say middle class, right? Maybe traditional middle class.
Just in there.
Just in there. Just made it.
When I was first born, like my parents were poor. They struggled. So
middle class, I think the definition of that has definitely changed in this day and age. Back then, I think we were extreme middle class. Today, I guess that would be considered poor. It would be like
just
close to that.
By, paycheck
just
to paycheck.
Getting by, basically paycheck to paycheck. But my dad was the breadwinner of the family. Mom worked sometimes. She was a substitute teacher or sometimes secretary, but most of the time she's a stay-at-home mom. That was kind of your basic, middle-class life.
And then my parents did better than their parents because my parents were like even more poor than they.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of overcame that generational
right
thing. Yeah.
So, but listen, some people are asking on the internet, what is a middle-class luxury from your childhood that's now just considered like a basic necessity or maybe even obsolete? And here's some of the responses people are having. One person said like a computer in the house felt like rich kid stuff back then. Now it's basically required to exist. I couldn't agree more. I remember when we got our first computer.
Yeah.
Back then it could only play like a few little games on it. So it was like a glorified gaming
And
system.
my mom was like, don't you go on that computer without my permission. You better be gentle with that computer. Because those things were more expensive.
It was so expensive, and ours could play like a few games, and it was like just a data processor. You could type on it. That was about it. You could, I mean, there was no internet. Someone said, I remember thinking I'd never live in a home with a dishwasher. And now dishwashers are more prevalent. You know, you can get it. But I can live in a house without a dishwasher just fine. I grew up without a dishwasher. You know, long distance calling. Parents used to set a timer to avoid huge bills. Now someone said I can video call someone in Tokyo for free.
Some of that comes with technology advances too. You know?
It is. Physical encyclopedias. We had them. We had the World Book Encyclopedia set. Someone said having a full set meant you were rich and smart.
Hey, I don't remember the encyclopedia thing, but I do remember my parents, when I was growing up, had that green little lamp everybody seemed to have. It was a glass, and it was green, and had a little string you pull.
Yep. I know exactly the lamp you're talking about. We had one, too. Someone said a car with air conditioning. Now it's inconceivable for a car not to have it. Look, my friend's little brother, whenever he lived in San Diego when he was in the Navy, he bought a car without an air conditioner in it because it was cheaper. Never occurring to him that one day he would move back to Louisiana without having an air conditioner. Because you didn't need an air conditioner at San Diego, but then he had to move to Louisiana without an AC. Another person said cordless phones at home. You know, that was a luxury. I remember the first time we got a cordless phone. Woo! I was taking that phone all over the house. I felt like I was so fly. I was taking that outside on the porch, man. I was like, look at me. I don't have to. Another person said water beds. I never had one.
My parents had one. I used to sleep with my mom in their water bed.
Yeah.
It would leak, and they'd have duct tape on it and everything. It was a mess, but it was cool.
CD players. First time we got a CD player, it was like, look how awesome that is. Another one said a microwave, because they used to be really expensive and really big. Now they're in every kitchen. A fridge that makes its own ice and dispenses filtered water. First time I ever got that, Josh, I was so excited. I'm like, look at that.
It felt very bougie.
It is so bougie. Yeah. And look, it crushes up the ice, too. I can have whole ice or chip ice. Look at that. That's so fancy. I was so excited. What about you?
I agree with a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got my first phone too. It was a flip phone. And, it was a dumb phone, but I thought I was the bee's knees, as they say.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
So listen, what are some middle class luxuries from your childhood that's now just basic that you have every day? Started from the bottom, now we're here.
That's right.
Q93 Alexandria on social media at Morning Q Crew. Also on social media, you can use the shout out feature in the Q93 app, or message us at Q93FM.com. We'd love to hear from you. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. People complain about traffic and gas prices, but there's a hidden cost of owning a vehicle, the time you waste looking for a place to park. According to a new report, 66% of city drivers typically spend up to 15 minutes searching for a parking space. 12% say it usually takes 15 to 30 minutes to find parking, and nearly 3% say they usually blow more than 30 minutes searching. Overall, 20% say it's often difficult to find parking when needed. Unfortunately, there aren't simple solutions, because 54% of city drivers say they have to use rideshare, public transportation, to avoid parking hassles. 85% of people say they're open to paying a little extra for convenience, but only when there's a clear benefit like guaranteed parking or closer spaces. 52% of people would love if cities invested more in monitoring parking technology, making it easier to see parking availability digitally or pre-book something ahead of time. What say you, Nancy?
So this is geared toward large cities.
Right.
So we're not really talking about parking lots right here. We're talking about large city parking.
Right.
So if you travel a lot and you go to large cities, you see how difficult it is to park, because Like if you're going to a venue, or normally around here, if we're going to a large city, it's probably because you're going to an event, so there's probably parking at the event. So you probably don't have a lot of trouble doing that. Like there's a parking garage or something else. But if you're living in that city,
it's tough.
It's tough to find parking. So living in, like, let's say when I was in Los Angeles, trying to find parking at places was a little bit difficult. So I definitely see that. And I love the idea of saying modern cities should invest, big cities should invest in modern parking technology. Can you imagine pre-booking your parking spot would be amazing, or just having something digital where you could see like, oh, there's availability of parking spot
That way when you get out, you don't have to worry about that.
You don't have to worry about, that would be so cool. I would love that. I think that would be an amazing idea.
Orlando, I often go to Disney Springs, which is basically Disney's shopping mall. It's huge.
Yeah.
They got tons of stuff. And when I say the parking is atrocious over there, you can imagine. It's free for people to go. It's not like a ticket you got to buy. So people go there. And it is a pain, and we leave early just so you avoid the craziness, because you'll circle and you'll circle and you'll circle to try to find it. They have little lights above each parking spot, and if it's red, it means there's a car there. If it's green...
See, that's great. That's great. That's a wonderful idea. See, I love stuff like that.
But it's still a pain.
Now, when you talk about theme park stuff, so I was great wherever I lived in California. I had annual passes to Universal Studios, okay? So instead of driving to Universal, I lived right near the... I lived like a couple of blocks from the train, right? From the subway. So my friends, whenever we wanted to go, we would just walk a couple of blocks to the subway. It would drop us off right across the street from Universal. We'd take the little tram up there. We'd avoid parking because the parking was like $20 to park or something. So we'd just take the little tram up to the park, and then it would drop us off. We'd take the subway, go back to my house.
Nice.
It was, So
an early bird always gets the worm. Like, I know when I go to the mall in New Orleans, I try to be like there right when they open. That way you don't have to worry about parking.
Now, if you're talking about like, okay, let's bring it back to something more local. Let's say you're going to Kroger, you're going to Walmart, you're going to something. I'm not spending a lot of time. I'll make like one little go around. If I don't see like a close spot.
I've been with you and you're like, I can't believe you're parking right here.
Yeah, because you didn't look at all. Like I said, I'm gonna do a once around and see if there's a front. But if there's not, I'm not gonna spend hours like going round and round in circles waiting for somebody to leave.
I will say this. I will end it on this. I was going to get a pickup order at Target the other day, and I don't do that often at Target. And I went to pull into one of the drive-ins where they come bring you your stuff. And I couldn't quite whip it all the way in, the angle, so I had to back out and get to the next one. As I was backing up to whip it back in, this lady comes, and she just zooms right into the place I was going.
No.
And I was you mo. That was so dirty. And she didn't even, like, look at me. I was like, oh, man. But I ended up getting the last laugh, Nancy.
What'd you do?
Because I got my stuff first, and I was the first to leave.
There
she was
you
still
go.
waiting there, and I looked at her, and I wanted to do something so bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
I want to tell the lady that brought me my stuff too, like, hey, tell that chick right there, thanks for cutting me off.
It's okay. You got your justice. You got your
That's
stuff
right.
first. That point, everything was good.
I did wave at her on my way out.
That's so petty.
She didn't see, though, but she saw some in the corner of her eye, and she turned her head and looked at me.
You petty.
But I had dropped my hand by that point, and I just backed out.
You petty.
That ticked me off. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Parents were asked in a recent poll of children 6 to 17 years of age about their attitudes.
What? Their attitudes?
Attitudes on kids swearing.
I think attitude should be a swear word.
I think attitude should be a word. I think it just create a word.
Attitudes.
Attitudes.
Okay.
We're going to short attitude towards and just start calling it attitudes.
Attitude, if you say so, boss. All right.
Anyway, 47%. I can't talk.
It's because we're tired from yesterday's marathon.
We talked a lot yesterday for our
We
media
talked
time.
so much, guys. We're starting to lose our voices, I think, a little bit at the end.
47% of parents say profanity is never okay. 35% feel it depends on the situation. 12% think it depends on the word. And 6% say swear words are no big deal. What say you, Nancy?
I don't have any kids. Personally, whenever I see a little kid swearing, I think it's funny. But if that was my kid, I'd probably pop him in the mouth. No, I wouldn't pop him. It depends on their age, too. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on the kid's age. And don't swear at me, first of all. If you're swearing at me, that's a whole other story. Like I said, the situation is key. So are they swearing at somebody, or did they like stub their toe on something? You know what I mean? Like if they stub their toe and like, oh, and then they say it, I'm like, oh, okay. But maybe you shouldn't say that because you don't want them saying it around other people. They might get in trouble at school. You have to worry about those things, right?
And they usually pick it up from their parents or friends or family or at school.
You don't want the teacher calling you for a conference, you know. Little Jimmy, little Josh got in trouble cursing today.
Because, you know, kids have no filter, so anything they hear or pick up, they're going to spread.
They're going to pick it up, but I'm not going to lie. I'm seeing these little kids, and I've heard them before, like the little tiny ones, though. It's only funny when they're really tiny, but if I'm the parent and I hear my kid, I start to freak out.
I wasn't raised to cuss. Matter of fact, you know, I would get popped or told something.
Oh, yeah, we got fussed.
However, at a certain age, I decided I want to cuss because I think it's cool. And it turned into be a bad habit. I regret it to this day. Sometimes it's just filler words.
It is.
And you're just cussing for the sake of cussing.
It's a bad habit.
Like my cousin's son, he is 2, 3. And he knows certain words. I'm like, he shouldn't even know what that is.
Right.
Like body parts. I'm
what?
like, he shouldn't know what that is.
We didn't know that growing up. Our parents did not curse around us. Our grandparents didn't. Aunts, uncles, they didn't use those words around us.
He hears his parents say it. And he knows it. I'm like, it's not cool.
No, it's not. It's not. Like like I said, I might laugh when I see other kids do it, but if it was mine, I'd say, where did you hear that?
Short term is funny. Long term is not going to be funny.
It's not. You're going to get called into the principal's office. Y'all going to have a teacher conference.
So let us know, how do you feel about swearing when it comes to your kids? You know, if a slip of the tongue or something.
Yeah.
You know, it happens, or if they're hell-bent on doing their own thing. But if you're just, like, letting it rip.
Again, if they stub their toe and they let something out, it was about, give them a little pass maybe and just talk to them. But if they're telling you that, y'all need to have a come to Jesus talk.
I remember when I stuck the bird at my mom.
Oh, why you did that, Josh?
And she saw.
I bet you got in trouble.
I thought I was doing it where she couldn't see, and she turned and caught me, and she did, what you just do? She go there, she smacked the hell out of me.
Good.
My mom was rough. She was not gonna have a bad kid.
Oh, I would have paid. Your mom's a teacher.
She was a disciplinarian.
Yeah, she's a teacher. She's not putting up with any disrespect.
She smacked me across the face.
I'd pay to see that.
Oh, I bet you would. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
You ready for our 5 random facts? You want to start it off for me?
You go ahead.
Because I'm loving this first one, Josh. Uranus was originally named Herschel. Did you know that?
No.
Did you know Uranus was originally named Herschel?
Can I change its name back to your Herschel?
I guess. It was discovered by astronomer William Herschel in 1781. Yep, several names were proposed in the decades after, but it wasn't until the mid-1800s that there was a consensus to call it Uranus after the Greek god of the sky and the heavens. Of course, it's technically, I think, Uranus, or that's what they're striving to call it, but it's too much fun to say Uranus.
#2, when someone is in the dark for a long period of time, their sleep schedule adjusts to 36 hours awake, then 12 hours of sleep. Scientists have no idea why.
Well, double stuffed Oreos only contain one. What?
You just transitioned to double stuffed Oreos so quick. It was funny. She's like, oh, I don't really care about that, but I care about double stuffed Oreos.
Double stuffed Oreos only contain 1.86 times as much cream as a regular Oreo, so not actually double the amount. Somebody get a lawsuit going right away before somebody else does.
Love when I get double cream. So good. #4.
Joshua!
What? I love double stuffed Oreos.
I heard what
but
you said.
Can't always get. Wait, you can't always find the double stuff.
I heard what you said, little boy. Get to fact #4 before I wash that mouth out with soap.
What are you talking about?
Go to fact
I'm talking about the cream on an Oreo cookie.
Go to fact #4.
I love when I can get double the cream.
Okay, go to #4.
#4, Louis XIX only served as the King of France for 20 minutes.
Oh.
He took over the throne from his father on August 2nd, 1830. Thought about it for 20 minutes and decided he didn't want to be king.
That's smart.
And so Henry V could take over.
Yeah, he abdicated.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does abdicated mean? He stepped down?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just say he stepped down?
So
Abdicated. No one even knows what that means.
So do you remember the Muppet? Oh, never mind. You never watched the Muppets. But the song "Ma-na-na-na," which I love, makes me think of my friend Travis. "Ma-na-na-na" is now associated with the Muppets, but it was originally written in Italy in 1968 for the soundtrack of a softcore porn movie. No! It's never going to be the same again. I can't think of the Muppets anymore with that.
Wait till the puppets become public domain.
Oh, "Ma-na-na-na." Now they're going to combine it with the actual softcore movie.
It's going to be a horror movie, too.
No, don't do that to Kermit.
All right, that's today's 5 random fact. Criminal. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. I know you didn't watch any of the sports this past weekend, Nancy. Any of the NFL playoff games?
No, sorry, I skipped those. Yeah.
But in the Rams-Bears pregame on Sunday, they mentioned that some of the Rams players were putting cayenne pepper in their socks.
What?
It's supposed to keep your feet warm.
Okay.
The answer apparently, does it work? Yes. Experts say it's really can make a big difference.
Really?
There's something in the pepper spice, that if you rub on your skin, it widens your blood vessels. It helps the blood flow and causes a warming sensation.
Well, I think it's the capsaicin, because that'll do that to your fingers and everything. That's why you don't put that in your eyes, because the capsaicin's very.
But you put it on your feet and it feels good.
I guess so.
Especially when
it
you're in
would work.
20-degree weather playing football. So feel free to sprinkle in some chili powder in your socks before you leave work, especially this weekend. We're supposed to have some freezing rain and ice and stuff.
You know what I do in the summertime, though? You put that some of that minty powder, like that Gold Bond powder, in your socks during the summertime. I'm telling you, that's a game changer. It makes your feet feel good, though, like during the day. You don't get that sweaty sock feeling when you're wearing your tennis shoes. You go to the gym. Put that Gold Bond in your socks before you go to the gym.
Well, for this, they say don't overdo it because you can burn your feet instead of warming it if you put too much.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Half a teaspoon of cayenne mixed with 1 ounce of foot powder, Nancy.
I'd just rather double up on my socks to keep them warm.
Yeah, because it will stain your socks as well. It'll make them red.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that.
But the Rams beat the Bears in that cold weather, so they don't care. They like, yes, one more game to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's coming. So who are the last teams left?
So on Sunday, you're going to have the Rams versus the Seahawks.
Okay.
And then you're going to have the Broncos versus the Patriots.
Okay.
Whoever wins those 2 games will face each other at the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm going for the Rams.
Ugh. I was rooting for Sean Payton, but his quarterback got hurt last week. So now they got to go to the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback.
Okay. Well, see, I have to go for my home team. If it's not the Saints, then it's going to be my other home that I lived for a little while. So I have to go for one or the other.
But they weren't even there when you were living in Los Angeles.
But it doesn't matter.
They don't even make it.
But I was still living in the state. I didn't live in New York.
They weren't even a team. They were a team in St. Louis when you were in Los Angeles.
But still,
It's not your home team. They weren't even your team then.
I know. But I don't live in New Orleans, but I still root for the Saints.
Well, at least you live you're from Louisiana, though.
I know, but I'm just saying. Come on, throw me a bone. I don't even like sports, Josh. I'm trying.
I think the Seahawks might win it all, honestly.
To tell you the truth, I always did like the Seahawks. There's just something about Seattle. I always thought their uniforms were pretty.
I know
that's such a girl. I know that's such a girl answer, but I always thought their uniforms were pretty.
No, their color scheme's really cool.
I always thought their helmets were gorgeous. Yeah, so
I think it's up for anyone's grab. I really do.
Yeah, so honestly, I do like the Seahawks just because of that reason.
Let us know who you're rooting for in the playoffs in the AFC and NFC championship games this weekend. Q93 app, use the shout out feature, Q93FM.com. You can also DM us at Q93 Alexandria and our Morning Q crew. Q93 Alexandria is #1 at music station. Nancy, are you ready for another social media platform? You want to make an account?
I can't keep up with all of them.
Get more social.
Every time a new one comes out, I just feel more like an old lady.
You're like, no. You keep resisting.
I keep resisting change.
This one's called UpScrolled.
UpScroll? Okay.
UpScrolled.
Or whatever. I'm too old to understand all that. Go ahead, sonny boy. Tell the old lady how to do it.
It supports short-form videos, video editing, and text posts, among other features. Ranks #9 right now in Apple's Apple App Store among free apps. 1 spot above TikTok and #2 on the social networking apps chart as of Monday afternoon. UpScrolled said in a post on Insta Monday morning, new users showed up so fast to their servers that they tapped out. They thanked users for joining while describing itself as an alternative to the platforms that stopped listening to you. Oh, a little shade being thrown. Users have flocked to UpScrolled amid rising discontent with TikTok after companies took over the social media platform for U.S. operations. It was China operated. Now they sold it to a U.S. company.
Right.
They're now running it, and there's allegations that TikTok is censoring content. UpScrolled has advertised itself as a platform with no censorship, no shadow bans, and it has called out TikTok, Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram,
Right.
and X for censoring voices, enforcing bias moderation, and hiding content behind algorithms. What say you, Nancy? This platform launched in June.
So, it looks like it gained its popularity pretty dang quickly. I mean, if it's already that popular, but I don't know, Josh. I still say I'm too old to start a new social media app.
You know, I got fooled once on this whole thing, and I'm not getting fooled again. The whole Threads thing came out. Facebook, Instagram came out with Threads.
That ticks me off. They keep wanting me to do Threads because every now and then I'll see something on Facebook saying, oh, follow people on Threads. People who I'm not even friends with, who are now my enemies, okay? Now they want me to follow them on Thread. Like, what? What is this doing?
I had made a Thread account. Our station made Thread accounts. We hopped on the train. It was supposed to be the next Twitter, and then it was a dud. Although I did see a report that it's starting to... The traffic is beating Twitter now, so we'll see. Maybe it's a slow burn, but I'm going to hop on it when it becomes popular.
I miss old school Twitter. I really do.
I do too. I miss old school Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I miss vanilla Facebook.
I don't like the algorithm.
I don't either.
I don't like not seeing what's being posted in the order it's being posted. I don't like you showing me nothing but posts you think I want to see.
Exactly.
It ticks me off. I see more suggested posts than I do people I follow.
Exactly. And all these AI things from these suggested posts, it's all this AI made up stuff.
Yeah.
I cannot take it anymore, Josh.
And I saw a report that they're about to launch subscription services for Facebook where you can pay for more features and all that. And I'm sure there'll be some more red tape and loopholes for
Maybe we should switch over to UpScrolled then. Maybe it's going to be a little different. I don't know. I have to see how it works.
I mean, they say all that now, but once it gains popularity, they're going to do the same thing the others are doing.
Yeah, I'm like never on TikTok. You know what? I'm hardly ever on Facebook, to be honest. I go on it every now and then, but it's not very often. So I just I'm becoming an old lady hermit at this point as far as social media goes.
I used to be on top of all that too. I love the software updates and the new phones and the new social media. And now I'm just like, why y'all keep changing things?
It's overwhelming.
Like, leave it alone. Anyway, let us know if you are using UpScrolled, if you're taking a break from TikTok and other services. Q93 Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Joining us by phone this morning is 80s icon Tiffany. Tiffany, good morning. Thanks for calling in.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Looking back, you were a teenager when I think We're Alone Now took over the world. When you hear it today, what memory hits you first?
What memory hits me first? Oh, gosh. I mean, I would say still traveling all over the world. It's still what I do. So I'm constantly touring. Been really heavily touring since 2018, and this year we're already into 2027 for my group. We're booking events for 2027, so 2026 is full of live music, which I'm excited about, and of course TIFF takeovers, which are food and music events, new thing in my world since I have a cookbook coming out. So I'm just living my dreams on 2026. Just lots of music, lots of retro. And I hope lots of fun.
So very cool. So so starting February 13th is your tour, right? That's when you're hitting the road. So you said that they can expect like lots of retro, lots of fun, and lots of 80s nostalgia too, right? Any surprises in there?
So we're doing live dates all over TiffanyTunes.com for all things Tiff World, and that has a list of all the dates. Of course, I go back and forth from here to the UK this year. I'm adding Europe as well, so I'm really excited about that. But then I do have a cookbook coming out. It's called Pop Life. So pre-order comes out in March. You can find all the information on Tiffany Tunes. But then actual tour book signing or cookbook signing in June. So all the copies will be out by then. So we're going to pair it with a lot of the live dates. I'll go off and do some small bookstores, some small events, and then you have the tip takeover events, which is food and music together, which I love. It'll be featuring some of the appetizers from the cookbook, and of course the cookbook will be there, and you can meet me. But we'll also rock out in a little acoustic, song together, a couple songs together. So you get both. I love those events because you really do get food and music together.
What inspired you to jump into the food world with the cookbook?
Yeah, again, I've been sharing so much with my fans over the years. I didn't even realize until I had to put like a resume together, and then I was like, I've been doing this a while. Actually, I did some Food Network stuff. I love those, competitions and food. I did Rachel Ray versus Guy Fieri, and so I've done a lot of things, and I actually was writing that down, going, this has been in me for a while. I've been on this adventure. I just didn't know, but it really just started from traveling so much and wanting to go to other places, outside the hotel to see what the locals ate, and it became a thing. I would talk to my fans about, what do you eat and what do you hang out and what do you wear? And, just because I was traveling the world as a young girl, I never thought my career was going to take me to these places. So it was a big adventure. It's still a big adventure. I'm very much like that. Now, I'm just always wanting to be in the know, and I think there's something so vibrant about, food. It really tells about people's hearts. And it is something that we all have in common, just like music. Wherever I'm at, I'm always like, what's the local haps around here? What's the place to eat?
Absolutely. We feel you on that. And look, I went to your website and I got a sneak peek. I looked at the sneak peek on your website of the cookbook. That's some amazing looking recipes, like the barbecue chicken, French bread pizza, and look, the gardens tzatziki and crudité. I love tzatziki so much, but let me ask you real quick. So have you been to like Cajun country, Louisiana? Because that's where we live right here. And have you tried like the Cajun cuisine? And are you a fan of that at all?
Ma'am, you are speaking my language. Okay. I love, 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 love. So I've spent quite a bit of time actually in Louisiana all over. And, talk about music, talk about heart of people, talk about just, fun, but also talk about food. So
Right.
Definitely, I actually, before COVID, I was in Louisiana, and I was in New Orleans, and I was going to rent a place there because that was something I just wanted to immerse myself into the food culture there and I still want to do that. It's still a dream of mine. I think that was when after that, I started my cooking club, Let's Do with Tiffany. But my goal was always to go to a lot of these places and just, again, learn. I'm an aspiring chef. I'm definitely a foodie. and I love that because it just is, again, food is just its own little language. And so definitely You guys got it going on. I'm very jealous. I would love to eat, Cajun food every day. It's one of my favorites.
You're welcome to come down anytime, Tiffany. You're welcome anytime.
Well, yes, I will be. I'm hungry now. I'm coming.
While we had you on, I wanted to talk about Stranger Things. What was it like finding out that your music would be a part of the show? Did your team reach out to you directly, or did you just find out from one of your fans, or how did that come about?
I had no clue, actually. They didn't inform me. They don't really. I think they're pretty secret on a lot of things that they're doing. They want it to be a big surprise. So I had no knowledge at all. It was a huge surprise for me. I came home from the UK. I go back and forth. I live there part-time. So came home and I thought, okay, I'm just going to do Christmas now. I'm putting Tiffany away for a second, taking a break from her. Just going to be mom and sister, auntie, and Christmas girl, and that lasted about 5 days. And my phone started just I was making dinner and my phone started literally ringing, and it was 2 or 3 of my friends going, do you know you're in Stranger Things? And I was like, I am? So that was, my son happened to be home with me. He's 33 now, but he happened to be home. I was cooking for him, and I was like, hey, we got to watch this. And we're both big fans of the show. So I kind of got a chuckle out of it because I was like, look, Elijah, I'm relevant. I'm back in your world, man.
You've always been relevant. You've always been relevant.
I believe we have some rapid fire for you before you get on out of here. Nancy, you want to start us off?
Sure. So rapid fire questions, Tiffany. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
Okay.
Favorite 80s song besides yours?
Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds.
Nice.
Let's see. Anything from AC/DC, so anything from AC/DC.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? I would probably pick Borderline, Madonna, a little old school there.
Love it. Love it. How about your favorite modern artist?
Favorite modern artist? Gosh. Well, probably I am a Swiftie, guys. I do like some Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Swiftie,
okay.
nice.
You're
I
in
was
good
able
company.
to go to her show, and she was amazing. I went in London, and it was just a great concert.
Nice.
So I'm a
That's
Swiftie.
great. What's your favorite comfort food?
Favorite comfort food: mashed potatoes and brown gravy.
Yes, I love that.
That's a good choice. And first
Mm.
concert you ever attended?
Patti LaBelle, actually, first concert I ever attended.
Good choice.
Yeah, Patti
Mine
LaBelle. She was amazing.
was Paula Abdul.
Oh, very cool. I
Yeah.
love me some Paula.
Yeah.
She's cool.
I love me some Tiffany too, though. I love me some Tiffany.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. We've been talking with 80s icon Tiffany. For tour dates and tickets and her new cookbook, go to tiffanytunes.com. Tiffany, again, thanks for taking the time to talk with us this morning.
Awesome. I'm coming back for that Cajun food.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. We'll save you a seat at the table.
Lovely. See you soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the best of the Morning Q Crew. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and subscribe to the best of the Morning Q Crew podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Let's go! Q93.